Welcome to Invest. We talk about investing, finance, and professional development. As the current time of 7:53 a.m. on Eastern Time, Ethereum closed $2,912, down about 2.52% so far. As you can see clearly on the left side of the chart, beside Luna or Terra, which is up about 3.37%, the entire market is bright red as of this Monday morning. First, I just want to say, hope you guys had a great weekend, and also hope you guys had a great Easter holiday as well. And hope you guys have a good week ahead. And what's driving the sell-off or the corrections that we're seeing in front of us is mainly driven by the inverse relationship that we have with the treasury yields. It seems like on both the 10 years and the 30 years treasury yield has risen to the highest level in more than 3 years so far. And respect to the 10 years, on this Monday morning, it has risen by 3.5 basis point to 2.843%, which is the highest level since late 2018. We're approximating to a 3% mark for the 10-year yield, which is quite historically alarming. At the same time, with respect to the 30-year treasury bond yield, has also risen by 1 basis point to 2.935%. And with this negative inverse correlation relationship that we have among the entire financial market, whenever you hear the yield spiking, it drives people away from the financial market, right? Because of the fact that in terms of debt instrument, right, the same amount of debts that you be borrowing from the bank on both a residential level like you and I, also on a corporate level, it costs more for you to borrow the same amount of money because the interest rates for that debt payment is increasing, right? So that will subsequently allow people to just take away from their financial market and subsequently drive sell-off across the entire ecosystem, if you may, right? So without wasting more time, let's just dive into technical to see what's going on now, right? The pattern still holds, right? Let's just put it that way. In respect to Ethereum, as a recording time of approximately 8 a.m. on the Eastern Time, we're 5 minutes away from it. You could see that we are lingering around the 2,900 at the moment, down about 2.62%. It seems like the wedge is still in a downward trend. It seems like we're not like contemplating, are we neutral? Are we up? Are we down? You could see clearly we are sliding down at the moment right now. And a good thing is that we are at the 40.43 out of 70. And at the same time, we are, in terms of momentum wise, automatically, we're still kind of flat or down. There isn't anything that is driving upward right now. And where's the next resistance level? The next resistance level is the 2853. So again, that's the level that we've been talking about. That is a good level to DCA. Right. And just to talk about DCA, I have updated our Patreon updates. Now I think I cover close to 75 crypto and 70-ish stocks. And you can see that these are the list of coins that I'm currently covering. And the green ones are the ones that my Patreon members have suggested that I cover. So feel free to refer this to the list that you see this on my Patreon update. I just posted literally like 5 minutes ago. And I update this on a day-to-day basis, and you can see that I include some of the ones that you guys suggested, and it goes on and on and on and on and on and on and on. I also do the ones on stock as well, which I'm happy to share with you guys. But obviously, let's talk about crypto for now. And right now, jumping from the 2853 will be a high probability. Do we see like cracking down further, right, to below 2853? Let's just put it that way. I would say, that's a relatively monumental level, right? If we crack below it, I think the level that we could get to will be 2750, which is the non-substantive consolidator level. 2621 will be a relatively stretch from here, okay? Bitcoin, you can see that clearly we broke below 40. And next level we going down to, you can see that we have the mini candle, 38,500, which is exactly where we got to. The moment right now with the inverse relationship of the interest rates, as it normalizes, it should subsequently bounce back up, which is something that we see in front of us right now, down about 1.71%. We were down close to 2.5 earlier this morning with the 36 out of 70 right now. So bouncing from there is very logical. It seems like we are still following the same pattern as obviously Ethereum, but obviously Ethereum, the wedge is a little bit more prominent. Respect to Ethereum Classic, you could see that we are still forming a downward trend with the 40 out of 70. We are still looking in terms of like, there's a lot of similarity in terms of the way that it's being traded right now. It's still kind of like a downward trend, squeezing tighter and tighter and tighter until we pump up from here. Respect to Dogecoin, the 46 out of 70, we need to cool down even further, I would say. We are trying to linger around 1330. But if we break that out, going down to all the way to like, somewhere around 11 all the way to 10 cents would be more logical for me to DCA based on the current funkiness that we see in front of us, right? Cardano's down about 3%. I like anywhere from 85 to 77 below. We're at 37 out of 70 right now. We are lingering in between. Right now it's not terrible. I will start incurring risk at 85 cents from here. Solana down about 6% so far at $96. We are still selling down again, right? 85 to the bottom at 76 is still logical to DCA. Right now, the 40 out of 70. So it is doing what the market is, making us do right now. It's just dragging because the yield is rising. But that doesn't change the fundamental of this specifically. So again, the level to look out for is 85 to 75 from here, right? Respect to XRP, down about 5%, 73 cents at the moment. Again, right, anywhere in between, right, 78 to 69, right, is fair game. I think as we get closer to 69, it's a great level to DCA. But if you want to buy for the first time, I think 62 would be a good level to start incurring. Polkadot's down about 6%. I like anywhere from basically current level, really, all the way to 1406. But 1406 will be a relatively flash crash, which wouldn't make sense to get there. But I think anywhere from current level to anywhere downward is still fair game. ALGORAND's down about 5%. Anywhere, like I would say now is a dip right now. Anywhere from current level all the way to 67 cents is a dip. And then with respect to Shiba Inu, down about 2%, 2100, 1400 to 900. You can see this funkiness going on. I don't really like it. But again, right, you could see that we had that bounce from 2100. So 2100, 1400, 900. If we crack the 2100, obviously, right? And then MACTAC is still sliding off. Again, 142 to 120. So in between the levels of DCA, I think right now is a dip. 37 out of 70s, oversold. Respect to AVAX, down about 3%. Again, 59 to 50, right, based on the current setup. I would say right now, like, I don't think we're going to get all the way to 60, but I think going down to like somewhere around like the 70-ish or like the 69-ish is a fair game. Respect to Luna, up about 4%. We're bouncing because we were relatively oversold. And at the same time, because this is a prior resistance level, you could see that clearly. 75, like I said earlier. And I think this can hold because of the resistance level we had prior. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right, so 75 was a good bounce, but if we, again, like what we talked about in the previous videos, if we crack below 62, 52 to 45 would be where we're going next. Okay, so seems like the pattern is still forming, is still sustaining. The yield is obviously spiking because it's a Monday affectation. But nothing to worry about too much, I would say. I think, no need to freak out. Ultimately, investing is all about investing for the long term and not for the sake of just like a couple weeks. So hopefully this makes sense. Okay. And let me know if you have questions in the meantime, and have a good rest of the Monday. Take care. Bye.